I know, this is really weird, isn't it? Well, you know I'm really weird if you've been watching me for a while. Anyway, hi everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is Gig Girl Pearls of Wisdom. Here we go. Here's my holiday decorations. I've got a red bathrobe, and I got a Yankee candle that's balsam fir. Smells yummy. Don't you wish you had one? And now I'm ready to do my video, but this is Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly, right? It's sad, isn't it? So, here we go. It's the season. Fa la 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 la. I've got my coffee here. It's super coffee, dark roast, very strong espresso strength. And I make like a cup of this, maybe a cup plus an ounce or two um, of the hot water in my little English kettle thing. It's just so fun. And then I do this. It's the pour over. And that's that. Well, I'm so glad that you're all here. And, this video is about gig life, but it's also mostly about Instacart and customer service and the stuff that we go through. Because I haven't done a gig trip in a long time because I'm full time in store shopper. Sometimes I do cashiering and stuff. So I have to deal with the people part of this business. And I guess that's what this channel is ending up for. It's just a great, safe place to vent. Sometimes customers watch this, they might see themselves in the poor light that we receive from them. You never know. And so this video is about the shoulda, coulda, woulda. Ever have a shoulda, coulda, woulda after the day is over when you're home and when you're trying to get to sleep or you have gotten to sleep and then you wake up and you have the shoulda, coulda, wouldas about how you would have treated a customer that wasn't really behaving well. And boy, are they out there now. There are people that it's just the human nature of things. And, from my talking about the entitled customer, I got plenty of great wisdom back and suggestions. And of course, the less exposure one has to somebody that's acting and behaving in an entitled brat way, the less that we have, the better off we are, right? So I work, as you know, at Shaw's as a drive up and go in-store shopper. And we have this area, and it's, probably the size of a smaller bedroom in a ranch, right? And it's got the freezers, and it's got the shelving, and it's got the coolers, and plus the computer, all the bags, the carts that we shop with, and, it's got all the gear, right? And so like looking behind me where you see the door jamb thing with the books, about, well, with the dugout, it's probably 12 feet away from how you enter, right? So maybe even 15 feet away. So way back there, maybe on the other side of the jam towards the kitchen, I keep two regular grocery carts. So if I'm working a big order, instead of lifting it and putting it on the shelf with the tag in the cart, I just bag it, tag it. It's like a mortuary, bag and tag it, and put it in the cart, right? Because I'm going to be wheeling it out. Or if DoorDash or Point Pickup comes in to get it, I do the trade-off. They come in with the empty cart, I give them theirs, all bagged and tagged, all handed off, all with the invoice in it. Bye-bye, thank you. And it just works, right? And so, anyway, so the carts are like 15 feet away. And if you come into our store, there's two ways that you can enter. You can enter and you end up in the produce section. You grab a cart or a little basket or buggy if you're down in Brian's territory. And, you do your shop, or you come in the way that a lot of people leave, like right by the bank of the cashiers, right? And so some people do that because they park closer to that. So when they come out with their cart, their car is parked right around that area. And oftentimes they park in the drive up and go only parking spaces because, well, we already did the thing on entitled shoppers, right? Just semi kidding. So anyway, when you walk into where I work, it it's not much wider than the cart. It's just a little wee opening, and I hear they're remodeling the store after the new year, so it'll be different anyway. But anyway, so if you came into the store and you started to get a lot of items, say in produce, if you had like a basket, a lot of people go, oh no, I'm really going to need a cart. And then they go back and they get the cart and they continue because it's like, that's how it is. Especially this time of year, the one more thing, just in case, one more thing. And so, anyway, to come into our store and to see the carts behind me, it would take some doing, right? And so I'm standing there working on an order, bagging and tagging and putting it in the places. And this woman comes in and helps herself to one of the carts and walks out. I mean, like, I was like, what? Like, I'm sorry, but that's a cart that we use. And she said, oh, I thought I could just take it. And it's like, you really would have to like work hard on knowing that the cart lived in like our dugout, right? And I'm just looking at it. She goes, oh, I guess I can go get my own cart. And it's like, it took more effort for her to notice that, walk past me, help herself to the cart, than it would have for her to just get the empty cart at either one of the openings. I mean, those were less distance and less like having to work through to get into. It's like, I just like, and she left it. And now some people might not be bothered by that. And they might say, oh, just let her go. And it's, oh, she's like the second one that's done that to me. And I just like, really? So I wake up in the middle of the night often with my shoulda, woulda, couldas, and I, redo the dialogue or redo the texting or redo the message or the encounter. And somebody, I think it was in the comments on the entitled customer, one lady put, I would have told that lady to go out in her car and she would get the notification on her app and just to wait the 15 or 30 minutes because her order wasn't ready yet. Just swinging by to pick up the order, a few days before Thanksgiving, it's not kosher, as we used to say. It's not really, it's like, really? It's like, you know, but she was like the second or third one in those batch of a few days right before Thanksgiving. So I guess that's where their anxiety, that's where their entitlement brings them to kind of think that, like, I'll just come in. It's not like we're making an Italian sub, right? And you get the Italian sub and you leave. It's like 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 items, and they all have to be staged depending on whether they, can be on the shelf, can be in the freezer, can be in the fridge, right? I mean, this is what, it's kind of how you are when you're shopping for Instacart or you're picking up for DoorDash. It's just like, you're going to pick up the items that you need, and most people do the freezer part last, and the meat and dairy next to last, things like that. But anyway, it was just kind of interesting how she just sachets in, and this was after I did the entitled customer one, so it's like, wait, I got another one. So the shoulda, woulda, couldas are dialogues that we have with ourselves, and hopefully you do read the comments of others, because there's a lot of great experience that people share in the comments below that really can help you with your gig life and understanding the messier encounters that we have to face, right? And they are messy, and they do require a lot of us. And, being the shopper, the delivery person, the customer service person, we have to take the high road a lot. And hopefully you don't eat at it like I've been lately. I've been doing an awful lot of eating at the messier customers, right? And it just gets more and more like, really? And like a lot of people have said, maybe they've been locked up for so long. And so, it's almost like they became entitled from being locked up because they didn't get the dose of the people, the empty shelves, the long lines, the staff shortage, the supply chain stuff that we're all used to as gig people, so that they don't know about what that world is like, right? When we get to the area that we're shopping at and they want like a certain kind of. I had one on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, if you don't have your plans in place for what you're cooking or what you need to cook to bring to somebody's house or whatever celebratory food items you need, you could be SOL. It's hours before the shop closes, the store closes for Thanksgiving. So maybe some of you experience this as the shopper. So you get to the place. This lady ordered Open Nature, which is like the organic version of Foods turkey thighs. They come in 2 packs, like little vac packs. Those were sold out like Sunday or Monday. If you're an organic person, and you're looking for your turkey thighs or your turkey legs or parts of something that you need to cook because you have special, dietary either restrictions or needs or desires, just saying, wouldn't you want to take care of your needs before 2 o'clock on Wednesday? Knowing that stores, it's a grocery store, it's a regular retail store. We don't specialize in organic grass-fed, organic items. We have them, but they're always in limited supply. Just the same with the produce section, the organic section. They're not going to have 350 bunches of organic kale. They're not going to. They might have 24 when the store opens, but little by slowly, things kind of go. Same with the Horizon organic milk. Same with, special yogurts like Faye. Those things go, they fly, especially when they're on sale. Anything that's organic or a specialty item that costs more, that's not your regular, 25-pound turkey on sale, fresh or frozen, you got to take care of your needs early in the game. And if that means buying it a week in advance and freezing it until Thanksgiving, I'm sorry, but, we can only teach so much, right? So she got all haughty with me. There's no Open Nature turkey thighs? And you can only imagine what I wanted to say. You could actually fill in the blanks below with no filter. And she said, well, how about Open Nature drumsticks? And I wanted to say, like, you're kidding me, right? This is really, I'm being punked by a radio station at this point, right? Just, I don't know, crazy. So the shoulda, coulda, woulda conversation goes on in my head. Maybe not in the middle of the night with this one, but definitely, as you undo your day. I mean, any of us that do gig work or like to deal with customer service things, as we undo our day, we see where we might have fallen short in customer service and how we might have handled it differently. And that was definitely a moment when I could have handled it differently. I probably glibly said, I can get you a 20-pound whole turkey if you'd like me to. And I think we have them in Open Nature or organic or some version of, none of the harsher ingredients. And she said, no, I want the thighs or the drumsticks. And it's like, well, I'm sorry, you're kind of SOL, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. I guess there's responsibility on both ends for us. But when somebody gets mad at the person calling them with customer service, they really push us calling the customer when we have to substitute something or something is out of stock or, and when they say no substitutions, we are still supposed to call them and push them into getting a substitution versus an out of stock. Because for people that are paid 2, 3, 4 times as much as me, at the top. They have to deal with people that are paid 2, 3, 4 times what they're paid to tell them about the out of stock, percentage and why it's that way. And the lady that runs the program in my district, loves to beat us up. And it's like, she was coming down so hard on us with out of stock items. And it's like the day before Thanksgiving. I didn't wake up today and say I'm going to make everybody's day rotten by not having the foods they want. Don't sit there on Thanksgiving, you know, on Thanksgiving morning.
Yeah, I want one of these. I want an organic grass fed dish, and I want to have my local. Yeah, I want to have the things that only. Yeah, and I want to have the freshly made pastry that you.
And it's like, no, you can have a store bought, machine made apple pie, pumpkin pie, dearie. We got dozens and dozens of them, but we might not have your special made cake with, the made out of looking like a pumpkin or looking like a rooster. Or, I don't know. It's just cracks me up. So, anyway, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Yep, we have them. And, a lot of wisdom comes from making the mistakes. I mean, nobody ever got wisdom from having everything run smooth and hunky dory and couldn't be nicer and the rainbow at the end and tips from appreciative customers. No, we learn, sadly, the hard way, the dealing with customer the nasty way. And so sometimes, like a lot of the wisdom said in the comments of the entitled customer video, sometimes it's just best to keep it shut and just get out of the situation as soon as possible. Smile even under the mask because it probably shows in your eyes, and just let them be. We're not going to teach them, we're not going to train them. They're not going to come out of it and say, hey, I was really a jerk. I really treated you poorly. It really wasn't your fault. How could I have done that? They never come back and say that. No, they don't. And so that's how we go. I want you to know that I appreciate you and I love all your comments, all your wisdom, everything that you say below. It means volumes to me, and hopefully the other people watching this read them too, and we all learn a lot. And just just because somebody is down at that level of being entitled or nasty or unappreciative or ungrateful or demanding or just ridiculous, like this lady helping herself to the cart in like clearly a private type of area. It's like walking into somebody in the bathroom and saying, you almost done? I'm like, we do what we can, and sometimes there's just no polite, proper response except nothing. And maybe let their behavior just fall on the ground and let them, maybe they'll see themselves. I don't know. It's not our job, is it? No, it's not. We just want a pleasant experience and we want to be able to sleep through the night and not eat at it. I've been just eating at things that I shouldn't waste my time on. They have nothing to do with me. It's somebody else's behavior. It's tough. Anyway, this has been Sarah with my Christmas decorations, my balsam fir and my red bathrobe. You don't think I overdid it, do you? Yeah. I'll see you here the next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.